Now, before we go to intermission, I'd like to ask some very special people to come up here and join us for a moment. Darlene Blevins. Bill Geisenhofer. Mary Jo Thompson. Scott Morgan. John Poole. And if she's here, I haven't seen her. Gretchen Klein. I knew this band couldn't play with her not being here. While we're waiting for Chief to come from upstairs, you know, being the acting president, it's amazing how when you ask somebody to do something, there's always some people that just go way beyond what you ask them to do. It's a big chore to support such a large band, and I can obviously say that I'm probably a little prejudiced to think that this is the best band in Hamilton County. No other band that we're aware of puts on this type of concert for their fan base. And so I'm very proud to be a part of, proud of Mr. Majors, Ms. Colleen Pruitt, for allowing us to come and participate in such a thing. But these people here have gone up, way up and beyond. I guess Gretchen has probably got senior rights on there. I think she's been involved in this band. She doesn't even have a child in the band anymore. Really, I guess, but she's been doing this for 13 years. And I guess I'm about 13 years. And every performance, before we go out on a marching performance, it was always Gretchen's job to make sure she was the uniform mom. And she made sure that everybody looked right, acted right, and trust me, nobody back here wanted to do anything that upset Miss Gretchen. So she earned the respect, but Gretchen, we certainly appreciate it. John Poole stepped up and did things this year that we just can't thank him so much. So many of these people do. Mary Jo is being our treasurer. I don't know what we're going to do after Mary Jo decides. We're trying to figure out a way maybe Stevie can be held out a year so we can keep him around. Scott Morgan. Scott's been instrumental in making sure that our equipment got from point A to point B. When I came on the scene, that was one of the things that I took on because I guess I had a truck big enough to pull the trailers. But we always referred to Scott as strapman because when we loaded on the trailer, he strapped it down. And so if it got there and it wasn't broken, we give Scott the credit. Of course, if we got there and it was broken, we blamed it on Scott. Bill Geisenhofer. What can you say, Bill? That's what I thought. Bill, as you well know, if you've come to any Friday night football games, he was our chef. He devoted so much time to go up on Friday afternoons, set up the concession stand. He cooked for, gosh, I don't know how many years. And what few people don't understand and realize some of the things that Bill did. During the summer when it's so hot and our practice facility was being marched on every day, and we needed the water because we didn't have the rain and it was hard for a lot of us to do it, but Bill always volunteered every morning to go up and make sure that the sprinklers on the practice field were turned on. He hung around, waited, made sure that the field got plenty of water, and he was like our, I guess you would call it our practice guard. If anybody drove on the practice field, looked like they was going to drive on the practice field or walk on the practice field and they weren't a band student, Bill was up there making sure that everybody knew about it. So for that, Bill, we certainly appreciate it. And Miss Darlene Blevins. Darlene took over a job that probably very few people want, and that's running our concession stand. That's a chore. Not only does it encompass running the concession stand, but when we take these kids off on a competition or sometime our longer marching performances at a high school, we always try to make sure the kids are fed or watered. That always fell under Darlene, and sometimes I would call Darlene on Thursday or maybe on Friday for the following Saturday to say, by the way, Darlene, what are we feeding kids tomorrow? And she always found a way to make sure that it happened. So again, Darlene, we thank you so much. One last person that I didn't call that's equally as important as any of us, and that's Mitzi Freeman. Mitzi couldn't be with us tonight. She had planned on it. If you know Mitzi, if you ever look on the website, everything that's done on that website, Mitzi does it. She uploads, she went, I asked her, I said, Mitzi, I said, I'd like to have a little tribute to our seniors. She said, no problem, I'll take care of it. She sat down, as Mr. Majors made a comment earlier, every one of these seniors has about a 4-minute video that she's gone back through her videos, and she's taken pictures, videos, and she's put a little slideshow that's about 4 or 5 minutes long of just those students and photographs that she's come across the last 4 years. We always used to kid Mitzi that we never saw Mitzi without a camera. And I guess the ultimate was when we went to California. I think she had maybe 4 or 5 cameras. I've never seen a woman with so many cameras. But, Mitzi was able to be here tonight. She's had a death in the family. She's back home in Crossville with her family. So we also want to recognize Mitzi as well. Now, while Mr. Majors hands out those certificate of appreciation, remember this is the last time. We'll have an intermission here just briefly. This is the last time that you'll be able to go out and make any bids on any of the prizes out front. But I think that these people are so special that not only do I want you to give them another standing ovation, but I especially want these back here because it's these people that made you guys able to do some of the things. So not only these, but I think y'all need to give them a big round of applause as well. Once again, I thank you very much. We will have about a 10-minute intermission. Like I say, please go out and take a look at the items. This is the last chance to bid. Like I say, all the money that the bid goes back into the band's general fund to pay for the rental space here to support the band. And we'll try to get everything set up for the symphonic band.